So, if you haven't heard, I'm really into stop motion, and I'm hoping to get you into it too. But what is stop motion? Here's a very complicated definition.
Stop motion is a cinematographic technique whereby the camera is repeatedly stopped and started, for example, to give animated figures the impression of movement.
Those words made no sense to me. Could you make it a little simpler? Just think about it as animation. That's really the easiest way. It's not only done with Legos, like what I do, or action figures, it can be done with almost anything, even out of like paper drawings.
Stop motion is taking a camera, taking photos, and then playing those photos back so it forms a video. Now that you have a rough definition, let's go to the things that you'll need to make your first stop motion. The first thing you'll need is a camera to take your photos. Personally, I use an iPad with an app on it, and that app is called Stop Motion Studio Pro. When I open it, it gives me a collection of all the stop motions I've made. To make a new one, just press New Movie. But if you don't have something to stabilize it, it's going to be super shaky. So, what I suggest you do is you get a tripod. This is the tripod and iPad holder that I use to make my stop motions. You can get a really cheap tripod for like $20 and the iPad holder for probably $10.
Once you have your filming device and your tripod, now you can figure out lighting. I have some pretty big lights here, and they come with this big stand, and I got this whole box for about $65 on Amazon, but you can just use a couple table lamps that you find around your house. Now, if you've seen my last shot, you can see that the whole rest of the room is dark, and that is key to getting the perfect lighting in your animations. When you have your overhead lights on and your filming lights on, it causes too much light flicker. You only need to control these ones, so it's best to find a room that is closed off and doesn't have any windows. Once you figure out all the technical stuff, like your filming device and your light source, now it's time to get started with the set. You could have this huge, monstrous set, or you could just have something simple like this, like a man going to the doctor's office for a checkup. Your set doesn't have to be super great. As long as your characters can fit and it does what you need, I think you're just fine. Once you combine all the factors I talked about, you're ready.
And now, for starters, let's do something extremely basic. First, take your character, place him on the studs. Okay, that should be easy enough, right? You take the picture. And if your camera gets too shaky, the animation will be really bad. So make sure to keep it secure on the tripod. Another tool you can use is Onion Scan, which allows you to see the last photo. So you can see, here's the ghost guy, and then here's the real guy. And you can see my ghost hand. Okay, so now you just take the next photo with his leg out. Take the picture. Legs in between the studs. Down. Down. And now, like, your animations don't have to be super complicated. They could just be like a little walk cycle like this. But the most important thing is that you experiment with this and you have fun.
There are so many different styles of animation, and it takes so long to find one that you really enjoy. But once you find that style and you just experiment, I have no doubt that your animations will look great. I finally found the style of animation that I enjoyed, and over the past year, I've made over 100 animations. 100! And that's quite a lot. So once you do find all your stuff and your style, and you make your first animation, please don't give up. Keep on going. Make more animations, because they're really fun to do, and I'm glad that I've been able to share my passion with you. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.